This is the Law-Abiding Biker essay. You need to listen to the podcast. We'll put a cap in you.
This is a Lab Media production. The Lab podcast is both extreme and bold. So if you're faint of heart, call the medics now.
Join the Law-Abiding Biker community,
Where every voice is important.
at lawabidingbiker.com.
If you want to be entertained and educated, then look no further. You can listen to the Lab podcast on
iTunes,
Zoom,
BlackBerry,
Stitcher Radio.
or right from lawabidingbiker.com.
Feel it, Popeye.
Oh, we're there. I'm feeling it.
We're doing it now.
We're really doing it now.
Really doing it.
Welcome to all our fellow...
Bikeaholics.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. You're getting this, see?
Oh, yeah.
You're getting it. And thank you for returning to another loaded episode of the...
Law-Abiding Biker Podcast.
Loaded. Say that with a little flair.
A
The
loaded ass episode.
Yeah, this is the official Law-Abiding Biker Podcast, after all.
We are the 99%.
That's right, the motorcycle majority. And this is the only therapy that
you'll
LD
need.
will need.
That's right.
And he needs a lot of therapy. But
I
this is
do
it.
need a lot of therapy.
You listen to this for all your bikeaholic needs. We cover everything for the law-abiding biker, so look no further.
You'll never see a motorcycle in front of a psychologist's office.
That is true. So if you think you can handle it, mount up and come along with us for another wild ass ride. Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for tuning back in. We really appreciate it. This is Ryan Erlacher, your host of the Law-Abiding Biker Podcast, and your
High-tech redneck.
yes, sir, and that is LD to my left. What up, LD?
What up, what up?
And to my right, I've got Popeye. What is up, Popeye?
What is up in the house?
In the house, to my right, to my right. So there we go. Appreciate you guys coming down and helping me spit another podcast. Appreciate it a lot.
Always
yeah.
a good time.
Always a good time. So yeah, we have been pumping these things out. Let's get right at it today. And anybody want to do emails? Anybody want to do emails?
Emails.
Here, let me play some
Oh, I can do the first one here.
while we're waiting. Just some music. Are you ready?
All right.
I'm ready.
Got our Irish friend.
Our Irish friend is back.
Aye.
The Kings say you'll sell guns. So
one of-
sell them when you like it.
One of the kings is involved, and the king is monitoring the podcast.
I'm not messing with him, dude, because he's from
Yeah,
Ireland.
he probably has
and
some IRA connections.
He probably is one of the kings.
Oh, yeah.
It's possible.
Could be.
And we've got a connection now, though, if we need to make some money.
If our bikes are blown
he
up,
might have us on notice, and
Yeah.
we don't even know it.
Exactly.
he's monitoring us.
Yeah.
You know, straight up, it's funny. It would be funny to get his take on, because we do the Sons of Anarchy episodes. It'd be funny to get John I know we're mutilating his name, O'Keefe, but because he's from Ireland, he's probably if he watches that show, is probably like, that
the
pisses me
hell?
off that they're making the Irish look like that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
yeah.
it'd be funny,
Yeah.
John. I know you're a loyal listener. I know you're a loyal follower. You've donated. You send emails. It'd be funny to send a voicemail of what you think of Sons of Anarchy and the portrayal of the Irish and the IRA, because I'm pretty scared and I'm having nightmares at night about the Kings, dude. I'm not going to lie to you. I wake up in a cold sweat. No, not the Kings.
Leave the bikes alone.
They're coming for me. They're going to blow up my studio, dude.
Yeah.
They're going to blow up the lab studio. So no, we love it that we have listeners from Ireland. That is just so awesome, and from all over,
Yeah.
dude.
How
So-
cool is that? I mean,
I
here we
know.
are. We're sitting here in a little studio, and we got guys listening in Ireland. That's
in,
pretty cool.
in good old Washington State, in my
Yeah,
little
right?
humble studio, and it is. It's just
Nice.
amazing. So go ahead with the email there, LD. He's
All right.
look at him over there twitching.
Oh, yeah.
He's just shaking his leg and stuff. He's getting all nervous.
Oh,
he
you
he
betcha.
can't sit still. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What the
Staring at me,
All right.
dude. His fist.
John O'Keefe says, Hey guys, great podcast. I've ordered a
Hang on. Are you in your mic?
Yeah.
Okay, you weren't. You were talking outside because you're reading it. Was in it.
For crying out loud.
Yeah.
All right.
How long you been podcasting here?
This is first time.
First time.
You got to talk in the mic.
Okay, John O'Keefe says, hey guys, great podcast. I've ordered a FLHX for January, and I want to put Vance & Hines /cut slip-ons on it. I've been told the FLHX will need remapping.
Which is what? The FLHX, the Street Glide Special?
Glide. Yep. I currently have a 2012 FLH RC, which I installed the pipes myself. My Harley-Davidson dealership is 100 miles from my home, and their prices are double of that. I did it myself. Any advice would be appreciated. Kindest regards, John, Ireland.
Awesome, and thank you for the email, John. And I responded to him,
Nice.
Obviously. So let me just look at this real quick. So is 100
John,
miles from...
Remap your bike. You don't need to with those pipes, but remap it so that you get the extra RPMs out of your bike. You'll want them.
Yeah. So he's ordered the FLHX for January, and he wants to... Yeah, and what he's talking about is the dresser twin / rounds slip-ons. And if you go to lawabidingbiker.com/twin/rounds, you'll be able to get a full review that I did on those, along with a full review video. You need to wear headphones for the video. I basically go back and forth with my old pipes and the new pipes.
That's what
and
you
the
have
old
on your
pipes.
bike.
Yeah, that's what I put on. That's what he's talking to because he obviously saw the video on YouTube. Scrappy 587 is the channel. We've got like 700 subscribers to that now.
Channel.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why he's asking this question. Is basically he saw the video. And I've had a lot of questions on that. I've had a lot of website questions. Here is straight from our local Harley dealership, which we're really good friends. We know everybody by name. We know the mechanics. We go in the back.
We were just down there.
We were just down there today.
We were just down there.
Talking to them. So we get the inside scoop for you guys. Here is the dealio on the 2014. Obviously, all bikes used to remap. Here's what I did on my 2014. Here's what I suggest you do. Remap it right away out of the chute. You don't have to put new pipes on it. You don't have to put new intake on it. But what it does is it raises your rev limiter from 5,500 to 6,500 RPM. And it's going to give you some extra power. I wished Harley would just do that out of the chute. But I guess that's how they make some money.
That's what's retarded to
I know.
me is that
it runs better.
Right. Why would you not have that done already?
I know. And it's not
This is
EPA
crazy.
because if they can do the download, then it's not EPA
Right.
stuff. It's money.
It is.
We know
It's
that.
just a way to make money.
It's
Yeah,
ridiculous,
betcha.
and it's
It's
too-
just like the pipes. You know,
Yeah.
everybody goes out, puts new pipes. Why not just start it out like that? But yeah, it's all
Exactly.
about money because they're cheap. I mean, God, it's just they just pretty much give away Harleys. So it's
Yeah. They're pretty much
Do you
just,
remember when we went to Calgary
right.
and we took that little ferry ride and we talked to that guy?
Oh, yeah.
He was saying
Yeah.
he was from Norway or one of the Norway, Finland up in there.
Yeah, somewhere.
And he was saying that a Harley's like $250,000 a year.
Oh, that's when we saw Old Faithful, right?
No. This
That
was
guy?
this was
Oh.
Lee and I's
Oh.
ride the year
Yeah.
before we went to the
He
rodeo.
was talking about how much it costs to get a Harley over there. It's just ridiculous amount of money. Because he was asking us how much our bikes were when we had them on the ferry, and this is like a little 6-8 car ferry, something like that.
Right.
Yeah, and so he was saying it's just ridiculous amount of money in order to get something over there like that.
I would say do the remap, and I remap mine.
I did too.
It's about $200, but I did it, and then you can put pipes on it. You can put intake on it. I did my pipes afterwards. The twin Vance & Hines dresser twin /round slip-ons, and I also bought separate headers because, as we all know, let's talk about it. And I've talked about it on some blogs on the website. Your stock Harley Davidsons come with catalytic converters in them.
Right.
And if you're down in California, who pretty much dictates a lot of that stuff, the EPA stuff, we all know that. It's not talking bad about California at all. It just is what it is. Everything you buy, just like my slip-ons, the big warning on it, make sure you check with local California law. I'm like, I don't live in
California standards.
Exactly. So the EPA stuff comes a lot from California, and
We're not currently emissions tested up here.
we aren't.
So I have not.
What about on the other side of the state, though?
No.
Western Washington? You're talking for motorcycles, then just motorcycles.
I don't think they have emissions testing over there either.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I-
Obviously, they do for cars. I don't know if they do
I don't
for
think they do
motorcycles.
for anything.
Yes, they do. Oh yeah,
I thought they
absolutely.
did for
Yeah.
cars.
On cars, they
Oh,
do.
do they?
Yeah, absolutely.
I've heard that
They've
there's-
been doing the other side for
State
10,
Patrol
10
does it,
years,
right?
10+ years. They've been doing. I don't know who does it,
Okay.
but they've been doing.
I've heard
they've been
there's
doing vehicle
legislation
commissions for
that
10+ years.
there's legislation coming up. They're talking about making it for everybody. So I want to switch my headers out to the Vance and Hines crossovers. I do,
Which do not have catalytic converters,
not.
and that's what's great about Vance and
And-
Hines is I bought new headers and I bought slip-ons and no.
your bike
no
will run
cats.
like 40 degrees cooler.
And it'll run faster.
Yeah, I've
Those cats
currently
choke
got the Vance and Hines Monster Rounds on my bike.
But you've got
the slip-ons,
cats in still.
but I've still got the stock header, so I need to switch it out this winter.
Yeah, you betcha.
You betcha.
And what headers are you going to go with?
Vance and Hines crossover.
Crossovers, yeah. Yeah, I just bought some regular old headers without the cats in them, and that's legal here. We don't
is.
have to worry about that. Like I said, the sticker was funny on the box. It's huge. Check California. If you live in California, check your local laws and emissions, and I
Like
think
on cigarettes and stuff.
dude, so
cracks
it's
me
such
up.
bull.
According to the Surgeon General,
Yeah.
who really doesn't know much about anything.
Yeah.
These may cause cancer. Well, obviously.
Yeah.
You just crack me up.
Thanks for the information.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah,
you're-
appreciate that.
You're bright. I just think that whole emissions stuff is, I've said it before on my blogs and stuff, is just a bunch of hype and crap. Sorry, putting cats is not saving the environment by putting cats in catalytic converters in a bike. Sorry, that is not what is my concern.
It's like the trade-off in a diesel pickup. My pickup, is a diesel. If you had my same pickup, but probably about 5 to 6 years earlier, you'd be getting at least 5, 6, maybe 7 miles a gallon better.
Right.
So where's the trade-off?
Yeah.
So you're going to say, oh,
True.
the air's so much cleaner. Well, I just burned how much more gallons
Yep.
of diesel?
Yep.
What
The guy that
They don't care about that. So they're right here, right now.
Yep.
What frog are we saving?
You do.
Right.
You get worse gas mileage with catalytic converters in. Proven fact. And
New pickups, you got to run
Yeah.
like some type of a doggone additive
Right into
for
the exhaust system. Yeah.
Like,
It's-
and it's not cheap. They don't
It
give it away.
reburns the exhaust.
Right.
So what does leave your pickups cleaner? Burns
Yeah.
it twice or something.
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous, the whole emissions laws. But whatever, we abide by whatever state and laws we are bound to. But luckily up here, we're in Eastern Washington. We are lucky. We don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So we run them how we run them. And we run them hard.
We run them hard.
That's right. So yeah, thank you. Bottom line, John, real quick, is get it remapped. If you don't want to get it remapped, you can always buy a Power Commander 5. And I have a tutorial video if you want to see that. Of course, lawabidingbiker / Power Commander and the number 5. And you can purchase that video and I'll support us. And in fact, I believe I sent him 3 videos, but that wasn't one of them. So, but it will show you how to install it. But it's a little more expensive than the download, which is like $200 from Harley with tax. But the Power Commander 5, you can basically tune it a lot more. There's a lot more options, but I've never done it. I usually just get my bike remapped once, put my pipes on it, put my intake on it, and I roll from there. And I have not put a new intake on my bike yet.
Seems like you start messing with too much stuff, and then you start getting
Yep.
issues as well.
I'm
I just snowmobile a lot, guys. that
Yes.
just tweak those things, and man, nothing but problems.
Yep, it's true.
Yeah.
Be careful. Put pipes, put a good intake on it, good
Yep.
quality intake, map it and call it good.
Yep.
Yep.
Do the
But
basics. They seem like they run. They run
Yes.
fine. Don't have any problems. Run hard. Run a little cooler, a little more power. Call it good.
yep, exactly.
And those guys, they start changing out cams and then all
yeah,
that stuff.
doing
And
all
you
that
start to
stuff.
get into motor work.
Well, as slow as you ride, you probably don't need to worry about anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So bottom line is remap your bike out of the chute, regardless if you're putting pipes on or intake right away. Even stock, it's going to run better by putting the map in there.
If you're buying your bike brand new, try and get them to throw it in. It's only a little
There you
shop
go.
work.
Yep, it's $200 for the
Yeah, there you
download.
go. Yeah.
And
Yep.
they're doing it. They've
Here
got the computer.
in the States. I don't know what it is in Ireland.
Right. But
Yeah, who knows? That would be interesting to see what they're paying for bikes over in Ireland.
yeah, John,
Yeah.
do a little exchange rate and shoot us
Yeah.
an email. I'd be curious.
Voicemail
Yeah,
would be awesome.
That would
Yeah,
that'd
voicemail would be
interesting.
good.
That would be, voicemail would definitely be cool.
Thanks for
Get some
your...
authentic accent.
Yeah, oh,
Absolutely. He
Yeah.
can show us how
Yeah.
you're really talking.
That's right.
What will make us look like fools.
Yeah, be making fun of us. You guys don't sound anything like we do.
I
over
love
here.
that accent, though.
Oh,
It's
it is.
awesome.
It's cool.
You
It's
watch, he's probably a businessman from the States stationed
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah,
no accent.
cool. Just living over there.
No
Like,
doubt.
what the hell are these guys
Yeah.
doing?
Born and raised in America. Only been here a year.
Yeah. What are you guys talking about?
No, my great great grandpa O'Keefe, he
Yeah,
was
right.
from Ireland. But
Yeah.
So who wants to do next email?
Well, I'll shut my phone off now. So
Well, good work.
Well,
Way to stay in the game, kid.
yeah, you betcha.
I'll
Way to
I'll
stay in
manage
the
it.
game.
He can do the last one.
Go ahead.
This is from Tony, and I did his deal in the last podcast. Fody.
Oh, this is a second email? Did we do an email from him? Yeah, you're right.
We
This
did
is-
something.
This is a second one from him.
FOTI says, Ryan, I'm retired law enforcement from New Jersey. Really enjoyed your video review.
New Jersey.
New
Sorry.
Jersey. Really enjoyed your video review on the Amber Whiskey Street Glide Special. I ordered one the other day. I'm going to purchase the Boom tutorial. Thanks. Be safe and also ride safe. Tony. P.S. How are the tires? I think they're Dunlop 408. Never saw them before. I use Metzler ME 880s on my other bikes usually.
Yes. Thank you so much, Tony. If it's Fody or Fody, I'm sorry. If we
Fody.
are
Let's get a Fody up in here.
Fody. So yeah, Fody. 40 ounce in my lap and
That's
it's
right.
freezing my balls.
Wow.
Old school.
Old English.
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, I love the guys from New Jersey. Thank you so much for all our. We've had other emails from guys from New Jersey. So
We need some
I would love
voicemails.
if we need voicemails
Yeah,
because
we
those
do.
guys freaking
Yeah.
rock.
If you've got
dude.
an accent, you just need to call and give us a voice.
Absolutely.
We love it.
The problem
love
is
it.
the New Jersey guy thinks we have the accent.
No,
I talk normal.
yeah,
What the hell's your
that's-
guys'
yeah,
problem?
Exactly, yeah, right.
I might have to edit the voicemail with some beeps because it's from New Jersey. Listen, I got a beep, whatever.
Well,
We also may have to translate part of it.
I was going to say, the other problem is we don't have the captions down at the bottom to say what they just said.
True.
Yeah.
That's true. Yes, Tony, to answer to your question is the Dunlop 408. And I did reply to him. They run awesome. I ran them on my 2011 Harley Street Glide. It was the Dunlop 408. Awesome. The new 2014 Street Glide, what he's talking about is I put a video out. I also put a blog. Just go to the Law Abiding Biker blogs and you'll find a thorough review on the Street Glide 2014 Street Glide Special Amber Whiskey. Not only a video, but a complete written blog with my reviews, everything it comes with. The tires are the 408s. It does come with they bumped it to a 19-inch wheel in the front, which looks really nice, and it's the cast aluminum. And they also did that. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but if you put it up to your bike, the tire is about half the size of your guys because they did low profile, and it gives the bike a just badass low profile look with that tire, and it makes the wheel look bigger. But it still is the 408. And I'm going to do we're going to do a podcast, me and Lurch. We just haven't done it yet. And I want you guys to ride the bike too. If one of you guys are in here, just take a ride on it so we can do a review
I'll
on it.
run the piss
Oh, I
out
know you
of
will. You can't run it any harder than me.
it. You watch.
I don't ride fast.
No.
So it's probably not a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to take it over the speed limit.
Yeah, exactly. So, but we will do a full review on that. So, did I answer all the questions on there, guys? Installed the pipes myself.
He wanted to know about the tires was his big deal.
Okay.
And he
Yeah,
just
it
ordered
sounded
one.
like-
So
all right.
we're,
So
we're
next-
good.
Who's up?
It is from Ed Matthews. It is, hi, brother. Found you on YouTube. I'm Eddie Vegas 1 on
Eddie
there.
Vegas.
Eddie Vegas.
Shout out to Ed Matthews, Eddie Vegas 1.
Gotta love YouTube, it says. Funny, I got a 2011 Street Glide, green and black. Love it. Trading it in at the end of October. Getting the same bike and color as you just got. I'm assuming that is the Prez.
Yes.
S was... What's
As?
that?
That's
As with you was
as doesn't
just
spell
in Orange
ass.
County on vacation. Rented a 2013 Road Glide. It was okay, but Street Glide is it. Yeah, I agree. Street Glide's awesome. Question: with your new slip-on, can you still hear the stereo great? You lose some volume because of the louder pipes? Question mark. See, all my life I had a loud Harley, but the 2011 is my first radio bike. I can never go back without tunes. I'm sure is the same with you. I can say, heck yeah, I just got off.
You can
of,
answer that one.
I do. Yeah, I just I got a 2002 Heritage Springer, and I've put quite a few miles on that, and I've now got a 2012 Street Glide, which obviously has a stereo on it. And yeah, I would definitely agree with Ed is that once you get a bike with some tunes on it, it's nice to be out on the highway and you got the tunes going down the road. You don't have to worry about putting plugs in your ears or anything like that to be able to listen to music and messing around with the cords, and we'll be talking about that later about what happens with your
Yeah, if we get to it. Yeah.
with your iPod when you're going down the road.
The thing
And
I hated.
if you're really lucky if you're really lucky and you ride with really cool people, Ed, this is all you'll hear.
It is. Especially when they've got that CVO with 14 speakers on it.
Oh, my
and
God,
you
dude.
can't even hear your own music.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
no reason to bring your own music.
So
No reason.
I got the whole club covered.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Ed.
Yeah,
If you
even
have
if you're
to-
in the back, I mean, heck,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
covered.
No problem.
No worries.
Go ahead. You were going to say something before I
Oh,
interrupt you.
my only complaint about when I used to ride with headphones was when you would come up to a stop sign or something, you talk about, hey, you need gas, you got to go to the bathroom, and you're like, God dang it, you got to take your headphone
Yep.
out. Then you leave the stop sign, you're trying to put them back in, and you get a
Yep.
couple miles, taking them back out, turning it down, changing songs.
It's very true.
With my bike, it's all at the handlebars.
Yes.
Use your thumbs, you're good
Right.
to go.
I could not go back without a stereo. I agree. Ed, love the tunes. Real quick, because I didn't say it before, we're talking a lot about this new Street Glide special, and I did a really long blog on it, worth a review and video. So I just want to get out the URL real quick. It's lawabidingbikers.com/2014 2014 Street Glide special /2014 Street Glide special. Everything you need to know about it is there, and I give my 2 cents. And of course, I talk about the motor and what they've done to it. And then, of course, I go over it, and the amber whiskey is just popping in the sunlight. So,
Popping.
yeah, popping.
In reference to his email, that green and black Street Glide, I've seen a few of those. That is a beautiful bike.
The green and black.
The green and black, yeah.
Yes. Didn't they do that last year too?
I haven't seen that.
I think it was only a 1 year deal or something. I haven't seen very many, so I'm
Could be a
guessing it
fairly
was
rare
1
one.
year.
Yes, I haven't even seen
Yeah,
it.
that's
out there.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So, to answer the question is, I put, again, he's referring, as another listener and emailer did, he's referring to the twin/rounds review I did and the video. A lot of people are watching that, so a lot of people want to get the twin/rounds. They are a great pipe from Vance and Hines. Of course, Law-Abiding Biker / twin/rounds. And what he wants to know is basically, can I still hear my stereo? And absolutely 100%, I can hear my stereo. I don't even have to turn it up all the way. Even at freeway speeds, even with the wind, I never turn it up all the way, and I have no problems hearing. The pipes are, you guys rode behind me. I will describe them, and I do on my blog, as very throaty, very much a Harley sound. Not so much hot rod, but Harley, but not obnoxious.
And you got to remember, even on your old bike, as loud as those pipes were, is that
I can still hear, but it's behind
right?
me.
Yeah, all the noise goes behind you. So if you're putting bigger pipes on, all that noise is going to go behind you. You're going down the freeway, like we were in Idaho. You got 80, 85 mile an hour speed limits, and so you're doing 85 miles an hour, and even then, you can still hear the music just fine.
Yep. What do you guys think about my new pipes? Because these guys, like I want to tell you guys, these guys used to hate to ride behind me.
Man,
I
I'm telling you,
advanced
I
behind
hated
me.
to ride next to you.
Yeah, it was worse to ride next to him than it was behind him, because you ride next to you, and seriously, it's like if you didn't have, and I wasn't wearing plugs, is that it would hurt your ears. It really would. You're riding side by side,
Especially if you were on it pulling a hill or something.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. But it is funner than hell when we're going through the middle of
God.
Boise, Idaho, and we're racking the pipes,
And the
it's-
car alarms are going
and it's
off,
just
and-
bouncing off of the. Bouncing off the
Buildings.
the buildings and whatnot, yeah, and everybody's looking, because everybody's walking around downtown when we were going through there. Oh man,
Panty dropper. That's good input. That's really good input.
that's good info right there.
What's good info?
What's good info?
But anyways, yeah. Back on track. Yeah. So I hear my stereo fine. And I know on my 2011, I used to run Vance and Hines True Duals. And they were the smaller pipes, and they're just headers all the way back, and they didn't have, they had a baffles, but they didn't have muffler. So riding behind me today, not obnoxious anymore.
No,
Just Harley sounding.
Oh yeah, sound like Harley. Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing like the old bike. Yeah, it sounds good though. I mean,
I
it sounds
could-
throaty. It sounds real good back there.
I couldn't hear you over my stereo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
well-
probably true. Yeah, 14 speakers on it. You can hear a damn thing over your stereo at all.
No, it's all one thing he heard. It's all he could hear. He doesn't even laugh anymore. He ignores us. Look at him.
Yeah.
All right, guys, if you want to go to website comments, here we are. I want to throw it out there, guys. Really, if you go to our episodes, lawabidingbiker.com / whatever, 16 episode or whatever the podcast episode, I do copious show notes, like I said. And also on my blogs, if you follow
Copious.
Copious. Click on that particular blog, I know you can read it on the homepage, but actually click on the blog. It'll take you to that blog or that podcast, and you can make comments, which people are doing directly on the website, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I love the interaction on the website because that's where people go. That way it's not spread out all over Facebook and Twitter. I do love those platforms, but if we can keep it all on the website, that is where people are getting educated, and I've got a lot of thanks for that. There's a lot of good resources on there. That's where these website comments come from that we're going to talk about. Again,
getting a lot of feedback on stuff. That's
and you know what? It is.
good.
It is. And I'm getting it on all platforms. So, the best thing to do is comment directly on the website. And
Are you getting any feedback from Stitcher Radio?
Stitcher Radio.
I'm gonna get us some shirts. They're sending us some shirts.
Nice.
Yep, Stitcher
Awesome.
Radio shirts. Yeah,
I love it.
Sweet.
Yeah. So,
Like
we'll be
a large or an extra large?
yeah. Well,
Maybe small.
no, yeah, dude, yeah. No.
Lee wants a small so it looks bigger.
With cut off sleeves. Do you want a half shirt so your belly button shows?
Yeah, I'm getting older now. I'm starting to get a belly. I don't have a six pack
His
anymore.
belly's button's pierced.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Kind of weird.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. We don't need to see that, but we will take some pictures in our Stitcher Radio shirts when we get them. So, this was from the website. So, best two ways is comment on the website or lawabidingbiker.com/contact to get a hold of me. But I always respond on the website back to people. So you'll see after a blog, you'll see all the comments, you'll see me responding back and stuff. And of course, I like the community, the Law Abiding Biker community, just to respond back to each other and answer each other's questions. It's a forum, and all you got to do is have an username and password, and it's simple. And you don't even have to use you can just use a tag name or something, but whatever. But you get to, but also keep it clean.
That's a
because
good
I
idea.
do moderate them, and if they don't go through,
if you don't like it.
well, no, I don't mind putting controversy. I'm just not going to have swearing and bullcrap on my site. So nobody's done that yet, but I do moderate them. So your comment's not going to show up right away. But as soon as I approve it, okay, it's clean and it's good information. Somebody helping. That's what the Law Abiding Biker community is about. Is we're helping each other. We're not dogging each other. You know what I mean?
It's good to respond like that because some people might find this through YouTube or whatever, and they don't listen to the podcast necessarily.
Exactly. And a lot of people that have seen me on YouTube are now listening to the podcast. I get emails. So that's awesome.
It's good.
YouTube has brought a lot of listeners.
Every reply, I'd plug the podcast.
This is probably my funnest thing I do. And this is probably my funnest thing out of the whole
Funnest thing that you do?
law-abiding bike. No, not,
I was gonna say.
not
Pretty
the funnest
boring
thing.
life.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
hey,
I know.
you're
As far
expecting
as the,
I'd rather be out riding. Or something.
No, I do plenty of that. But as far as the whole law-abiding
Do any of
biker
that.
thing, I think we have the funnest here in the studio doing podcasts.
Oh, yeah, it's a
as
good
you're
time. Always a lot of
sitting
fun.
over there in the corner laughing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Rob was doing some.
See what I mean?
Some side business.
Where can you have fun like this?
That's right.
So
True.
All right. Does anybody want to talk about the replies?
No.
You know,
Excellent, excellent replies.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
We're getting a lot of you get twin/rounds. Obviously, we already talked about that for twin/rounds. And from Carrie, comment on the website. I am getting a limited soon, which that to you guys is a Harley Davidson limited soon, and want to change the exhaust before I take delivery. Do I leave the air cleaner alone and just add, say, Reinhardt black tips, or do you think I should go all out and get dresser duals with SE, AC, SE tuner, new head pipes and mufflers? What pipes would you go with? I currently have the Slash slip-ons with complete stage 1 exhaust on trike. The limited is amber whiskey and black.
Okay, SEAC.
Yeah,
Screaming Eagle air cleaner.
Right, there you go.
And
Thank
SE
you.
tuner is a Screaming Eagle tuner.
So what say you, Rob? We've kind of talked about this, so we're going to brush over it a little bit because earlier in the podcast we had this question with John O'Keefe, basically about the mapping and tuner. What say you?
Okay, you're going to put these pipes on that are probably going to allow for more airflow, but you're going to starve your motor on the front end without an air cleaner.
Yep.
And I've looked at your air cleaner, and it looks like it's a heavy
It's like
breather.
trying to suck a golf ball through a garden hose. Sorry, dude.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Wow.
Do we need to step out for a minute?
That's ridiculous.
So you're starving air on the front end, and I've looked at your air cleaner, and although it looks like a heavy breather,
Oh,
It's-
mine?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
no, it's not.
it's not. It's closed in all the way around except for the small opening in the front. And you would think that thing was opened up and letting a lot of air in. So I would go with the air cleaner. The tuner is going to remap your... I don't think the tuner does a whole lot. I paid for it and put it on my bike.
The tuner?
Yeah. Is it going
The
to...
it raises it from 5,500 rev limiter to 6,500.
Right, but that's a remap for $200. The tuner is an actual part they put on the bike that costs like $700.
No, that's not. I don't think that's worth it.
Right. Well, I think my tuner was $500.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could just do the $200 remap and be fine.
Absolutely. I would not spend the money on that tuner. I've never put it on there. And
yeah, I put the Screaming Eagle race tuner on my bike, and I haven't noticed a whole lot of difference. I mean, but my bike's got a ton of horsepower, so I don't.
Oh, a ton. Oh, yeah. Man, it's got a lot.
Oh, jeez.
We're going to go drag race and shows up.
Oh, jeez.
Haven't seen you.
Course on a closed track with proper safety attire.
I'm not going to lie to you. My new 2014.
Helmets required.
Yeah, helmets required.
Put your helmet on.
Only if you're on the freeway.
If you're on the, yeah.
Because those windy
Freeway
roads
is
or the hallway.
dangerous.
Or the hallway.
Or the hallway. Yeah.
over the pass, the windy roads with the deer, do not need a helmet.
Nope.
Pretty safe. Pretty safe.
Real safe area.
Dude, I love it.
Heard about that.
So we kind of summed it up. Here's the bottom line: is guys, don't waste a lot of money. Either get the Power Commander 5 and do the remap yourself, or have it sent to you remapped already for what kind of pipes and intake. Always do an air intake, a stage 1. I think I'm gonna get, and I'm gonna do a full review on it. I'm trying to get Karaoke to send it to me, which I'm in talks with them right now to send me the Mach 2. The Mach 2 air intake. It's really got good reviews.
Look at me.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I'm going to get it. I'm just in talks with them about doing some reviews on it and working out a deal. But the Mach 2. So anyways, and I'll do a review on that if I do, but get an intake, get it remapped, and get some pipes. If you're in a state, get rid of your cats. If you're in a state where you don't have all that emission stuff, get rid of your catalytic converters.
You want to open up the airflow from the front to the back.
Yep. So
Air
that
cleaner,
golf
headers,
ball can come right
pipes.
through.
Yeah, correct. and then the remap getting that extra RPM.
Blow that golf ball right through.
Oh man, yeah.
Let's talk about these liquid cooled Harleys nowadays that they're coming out with.
Well, I'd love to, but
I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, I don't either. No. Yeah. I think we pretty much covered that. Oh yeah. I'm looking. I responded to him, and I put my response down here. Yeah. So real quick before I do want to move on to that. That's an awesome subject that you just think of that right now.
Yeah, I was just thinking it's on top of my head.
Nice, dude. Yeah. Nice. I like it. That's how we roll here. Real quick, some resources, guys. Go to lawabidingbiker.com/exhaust. That's a free video. And no, actually, that is a video that you can purchase. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not very expensive.
Take out a loan.
Yep, and it's a way to support us. And it shows basically how to take stock headers off, put on aftermarket headers, everything you need to go step by step, very thorough. lawabidingbiker.com/exhaust, or just go to our video section. And then another resource is you can buy, since we're talking about stage 1, is lawabidingbiker.com/stage, all spelled out, no numbers. Stage 1 spelled out intake, stage 1 intake. And super good video. I think it's like $10, and it shows you how to take off your stock, put on a new Harley Davidson stage 1 air intake step by step without skipping any steps. And last is /Power Commander and the number 5, another video to purchase and support us. And it shows you how to install the Power Commander 5 and get it up and running. And just so you guys know out there listening, the difference between getting a download. If you get the Power Commander 5 tuner, it's called the Dyno Jet. You can get a lot of different places. A lot of companies tell them what kind of pipes you're putting on, what kind of intake, and they will map it for you before it ships. And you can just basically plug and play into your bike, and our video shows you how to do that. Or if you don't, or you change pipes or intake, the cool thing about the Power Commander 5 is you can hook it up to a laptop. You can type in what kind of pipes and what kind of intake, and you can basically remap it right there with a laptop and a USB. So, anyways, those are our resources.
Send me those with an IOU.
What's that?
Why don't you send me those with an IOU?
Yeah, I will. I'll send them all. You get them for free, dude. Yeah. So you bring up a good topic, dude. New 2014
Harley
liquid
cooled
Davidson
motorcycle. The only motorcycles worthy of being in the octagon.
Yeah.
Is anybody here qualified to speak on this?
Yeah.
Other than looking at them in the store?
No, I've been down. I've talked to Paul about them quite a bit and stuff. So, yeah, that's what's nice is I'm down there at Harley Davidson a lot. And like I said, we have free access to the back. They let us in the mechanics. We talk to the mechanics while they've got bikes up on the lift. Plus, we do a lot of our own work. And I do know a lot about the liquid cool. And
Should we guest appearance one of the mechanics down there, like Brad or
Ooh,
something?
There you go.
We could. That would be fun. That would be fun.
Save up a bunch of mechanic type questions and have Brad come in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, what say you on the liquid cooled? Do you have any top thoughts? I mean, besides specifics about it, what's your top thoughts about Harley going to liquid cool?
Yeah, the only thing I don't know the specifics. I haven't been down talking mechanics. I don't know exactly what they're doing with them. My only thing is that you're taking something that's been air cooled for so long, and I'm actually kind of disappointed to see them go to liquid cooled. I understand the motor's getting bigger, you're getting more horsepower. You're going, they're talking about what in 2015 they're going to the stock is going to be 110, CVO Street Glide's going to be 120. So we're getting bigger and bigger, and you're going to have to cool that.
I need to upgrade.
You don't know how much, you wouldn't know what to do with that power anyway. But the thing is that with the
when you get bigger,
yeah.
you need some cooling.
Yeah, but like I say, I mean, you're getting rid of a lot of nostalgia there that the Harley has been doing for a lot of years with an air cooled motor. You get the sound. Hopefully, I think they can probably keep that sound, but it's still, you're getting rid of something that's been around for a long time, going to air or liquid cooled like a lot of the other bikes are, and that's it's kind of too bad in my book.
I like it. What say you, LD?
The only thing that I see as a drawback is they're putting the radiators in the lowers, and in the summertime when it's hot out, some guys like to take their lowers off.
Can't do it.
Cannot do it.
Oh yeah, right.
Because you have taken yours off, haven't you, before?
I have not.
Okay.
Although when my bike has speakers in the lowers,
True that.
but I can take them off, and I have plugs to. You can take the plugs out of those speakers, and I have plugs that just they
right.
covers or whatever.
Yeah, quick connect.
Quick connect type deal. So I can take my lowers off, although I never have. But with that bike, it's not even an option. It's part of your motor.
Yeah, exactly.
And on the street glides that don't have lowers, mine's a CVO street glide, so I have the lowers with the speakers. But on the street glides that don't have lowers, I don't know where in the heck they're going to put them. They're going to eat up saddlebag room.
Yeah, right.
Well,
so then you've got
because like you're looking. Well, I don't think you don't have lowers on yours.
Nope,
Do you, Press?
I don't have.
See,
lowers.
I don't either.
I want to get lowers.
Yeah, I guess they're going to.
So then you have the coolers in your saddlebag. You get the ABS controller in your saddlebag. You're going to lose a heck of a lot of saddlebag room, and that's a
the ABS
touring
controller
bike.
is not in your saddlebag on the 2014s. Is it in yours?
No,
it's not in mine.
no, it's
No.
not. It's not mine. You know what's in mine's my amp.
You can't just make stuff up.
Sorry,
No.
it's my amp.
Yeah, you're just making stuff up. You're done.
Yep.
I have a speaker amp in my
Yeah.
saddlebag.
Making crap up.
But they used to. When Harley first came out with ABS, they used to put that big ABS module in the saddlebag. Now all your stuff is in under the seat and near the battery and stuff. So
Right.
there's
Yeah.
nothing in the bag.
Yeah,
But,
my bad. It's my amp from my speakers.
I agree with you guys. My biggest concern coming out with Harley, and they did it right. I understand. I agree with you. I'm
Popeye.
yeah, I agree with. Yeah, thank you. I agree with Popeye that.
Can't,
would you agree with him?
Can't see you pointing at me.
You're right. Yeah, absolutely. That we're a visual. See, you're getting good at this podcast
I am,
stuff. We
yeah.
got to give the audience visual. I'm pointing at you.
Boom.
I agree with Popeye that it does. I guess I was worried about how Harley was going to do it. However, they stepped up to the plate. I agree they're losing some nostalgia on it.
They hide it well. I mean,
that
when we were looking
is
at them,
the
they
key.
hide it well. They hide it. They got those lower fairings down there, or what'd you call them? They're not fairing. What
Lowers.
You call them?
They're lower fairings.
Yeah. So I mean, they cover it well. It hides well. They keep it out of sight, so you don't see all the radiator. You get some of the metric bites that have it up front.
Oh,
not
that-
knocking
I
on
hate
metric
that.
bites, but
No.
okay, you hate it. But
No, I don't hate metric bikes. I hate how that
Right, how it
looks.
looks. Right, I'd agree. But so they hit it. It still looks like a Harley. It still looks air cooled, but this is like it's one of those things.
I think that's
as long
why-
as it's been around. All of a sudden now we're going to liquid cooled.
I think that's why the liquid cooled is only on the bikes that come stock with lowers, because they don't know where to put them on the other bikes.
Yeah.
Because they want to hide it. I'm sure
They hit it
Right,
well
yeah.
on those lowers.
they did.
Most people
They
don't
did.
even know
And
it's liquid cooled.
The first time I saw them was when we were in Boise, Idaho, coming through.
Yeah, that's right.
And because they just pumped them out then.
Yep.
That was months and
Right.
months ago now. But
That's where I saw my baby, my Amber whiskey.
That's right, yeah.
2014. I fell in love.
Oh.
I slapped her on the saddlebags on the back. All right, go ahead.
If you buy one from the Boise store, it may have a mushroom stamp on the fairing.
Oh, jeez. Oh, they did hide them well. And that was my concern, because I don't just want them sticking a big old, like all the other manufacturers do, sticking a big square radiator up front. You know,
Right.
it just looks ugly on
It
a
does.
bike.
Yeah, you got
You
that
lose the
big old
Harley
deal
look.
up front. Yeah, you do. Especially you lose the Harley look.
My prediction is that it's not my prediction. They are said sources are said to have basically everything's going to be water cooled. Not everything, but all your bigger bikes, your Tourings and things like that are going to be water cooled next year. So even the Street Glide Special or Street Glide, whatever they make in 2015. Of course, my 2014 is not water cooled. It has an oil cooler. But what we're talking about here, the ones that came out this year are the twin cooled. Of course, it is the which my engine is. It's the high output twin cam 103 cubic inch V twin motor. And the first two Harley motorcycles, of course, it's the Project Rushmore this year. You guys know all about that. It's a huge deal for Harley, the Project Rushmore, and all these new bikes and the major changes that they're doing. But it's a twin cooled high output twin cam 103 engine. The two that are getting it are the 2014 Ultra Limited motorcycles and the 2014 Tri-Glide Ultra motorcycles. And again, they're hiding it in the lowers.
Right.
So
and you know, and the one thing about that, like I said, I understand you got to get rid of some of that heat. The motor keeps getting bigger and bigger, and even on an air cooled, you know, here, like me and Rob have talked about before, like we were riding up to Calgary last year. Oh my God, stop and go traffic coming out of Calgary. Stampede just let out traffic
105 degrees out.
Yeah, 100 degrees, and I was on my Springer on that time, and it's only an 88. You want to talk about a lot of heat, a lot of heat baking you.
And we were in town on the asphalt.
Yeah.
My 110 was cooking.
Oh
let me tell
yeah,
you.
yeah. There was some heat coming off of there.
Yeah, my bike was warm.
yeah, did you have your EITMS activated?
I did not. I find
Yeah.
that kind of just a pain in the rear.
It's not though, because if you have it activated, it only activates at low and
Okay, that's fine. I understand that. But your bike is hot. You come up to a stoplight, you think you're going to dissipate that much heat in the 5 minutes you're sitting at a stoplight?
no.
I don't know.
I don't think it does much, to be
I
honest with
needed
you.
a shower when we
Oh,
got
yeah,
to
it was bad.
your uncle's place or cousin's place. Yeah, that was a mess.
Yeah, it was hot.
Mayonnaise.
And I'll tell you what, when we pulled into the Calgary Stampede,
Yeah.
on the exit ramp, I'm glad I had a hydraulic clutch.
Oh, buddy, I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll tell you what. That's the difference between my my new Street Glide and that 12. Oh man, having a hydraulic clutch and not having to pull. I mean, even like I ride around town now on my Springer. You want to talk about? I mean, you got to do some forearm exercises to run the clutch on that thing.
Yeah, we were in stop and go traffic for almost an hour, 5 feet at a time.
Yeah.
And he's going, man, my arm's killing me. And this
Yeah.
guy's huge, you know? And I'm like, oh, my hydraulic clutch is fine. I can operate with one finger.
Yeah, dude, I love it.
Yeah,
There is a big
There is
difference.
a huge difference.
And not to confuse our listening audience, but we talk about EITMS, and that stands for Engine Idle Temperature Management System. And a lot of guys don't know they have that on their bike. And Matt, what year is Matt's? 2007. And we checked Matt's last time we were out on a ride, and his has it. And basically what that is, guys, if you don't know, at least we know from 2007 on have it, and even my 2014. Basically, while your bike is in run ignition on, you roll your throttle forward, not back, and you'll see that your cruise control symbol turns green. That means it's activated.
You got to hold it for...
Like 3 seconds,
Yeah,
4
and
seconds.
mine flashes yellow.
Yeah.
Mine will flash.
Flash yellow if it's off. It flashes green if it's activated.
It may be different if you have your cruise control toggle on.
It won't, as long as the bike's off. We tested that. So make sure your bike's off. Make sure your engine ignition switch is on. Roll your throttle forward, hold it, and that will activate EITMS.
Well, I'm talking about once mine's activated.
Right.
But to turn mine on at the stoplight, I rock my throttle forward.
Yes, correct.
And then my cruise control starts flashing.
Okay, I got you. While you're running.
While my bike's running, yeah.
Understand my bad. Yeah, if you're running, your cruise control will start flashing, and that lets you know that it's activated. Do you want to? Are you very familiar with what it does?
Yeah, what it does is it shuts off the rear jug to your two cylinders.
The rear cylinder.
The rear cylinder that's right between your legs, and it's supposed to cool the motor.
Basically, what it turns
And
the rear
cool you.
cylinder into is a air pump.
Right.
And so the cylinder's not getting fuel anymore. It shuts off the fuel injector. The cylinder is pumping up and down, and it is creating airflow to the heads, basically. And it's supposed to cool it with air.
And
Don't be worried, because you'll hear a difference in idle.
Not much of one, but you will.
But just because you turn it on doesn't mean it's going to kick on. It
Right.
decides. That just means you have it activated in case. And you will know if you're sitting in an intersection, it kicks on because your bike will smell funny. You'll get a funny smell because of that rear cylinder fuel injector being kicked off, and it will idle rough. You'll
when
feel
Probably
rough.
part of the smell might be coming from your ball bag in that heat.
Oh,
Because,
jeez. Oh, jeez, dude. Oh,
obviously, if you need to kick some cylinders off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep, we get a double for that. That was straight out. He was just waiting over there to get involved in this conversation because he has no idea what we're talking about. No, your bike has it too.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you rock on the throttle, bam, it shoves fuel to that back cylinder and your back door.
And it's only below like 3 miles an hour, so it's not going to kick in while you're doing 50 and you're going to lose a cylinder. It's only in very specific conditions, very specific engine temperatures, and while you're at idle speeds. And after that, it kicks back in, and you're not going to notice unless you're sitting at a stop sign and idling. But it is there, and you can leave it activated all the time. A lot of guys do, because it ain't going to kick in unless it needs to. And
It only kicks in if you roll your throttle forward?
No, that's
Or
how
is-
you can either choose to use it or not.
Or
so
does
that's
it-
a
or
manual
does it
feature.
automatically?
So
That's
rocking
a
forward's manual feature, and you can put it on automatic.
Right, but that doesn't mean because you rock your throttle forward that it's going to kick in.
Okay, so mine's not on automatic. Mine's on. I have to rock my throttle forward for it to do it.
That still doesn't mean that it's going to do it.
Okay.
Okay. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right, I
That
understand.
just turns the option on.
Okay.
Okay. Then the bike decides.
temperature gauge
The
on there?
ECM, the electronic control module, decides based on engine temperature and idle speed. It decides. That just, if you don't want it on and you don't ever want it to activate and you don't give a crap and you live in Homer, Alaska, like our friend up there, then there's no
Larry,
reason
what's
to-
up, Larry?
I don't think you're ever going to have that
Larry
problem.
got himself off a notice.
So
Yep. Larry's off notice, taking his
off
fishing.
notice. So just to let you guys know that all that does is turns it on so that if you do get to that specific temperature and specific idle, it will kick on for you. If you don't have it activated, then it's not going to kick on for you. But just turning it on doesn't mean you're doing crap, except telling your bike that, hey, if I do get too hot, activate. So
That's good info.
yeah, EITMS. We got a little bit off subject there, but back to Twin Cool. Very good. Back to Twin Cool. Basically, just so you guys know, the Twin Cooling cools the heads around the exhaust ports. It's not cooling the whole motor. It's just cooling the heads around the exhaust ports to deliver basically peak performance. And I do believe, even though we lose some nostalgia and stuff, you do get more performance out of water cooled. I don't think that's a
Who
topic.
cares?
Yeah, you're right.
I want mine to be
and the
air
way-
cooled and look cool.
They're
Yeah.
doing it.
Especially if they hide it. If they
You're not
hide
gonna have
it,
a choice.
okay. They hide it.
Can't DPs if it doesn't look good.
No.
DPs.
Yep.
You're not going to have a choice, folks. So in 2014, if you want any kind of touring model, you will have a water cooled. There's just not going to be a choice anymore. It runs a 1.1 quart liquid cooling system. It routes through the down tubes to discrete radiators housed in the lower fairing louvers, which we've talked about. That's how they do it. That's how they work their magic. But again,
That's how it's going to be.
I'm
now you
curious
can't
if
take
they're-
off your lowers.
I'm curious if they're going to put lowers on the street lights stock.
Here's my
Ooh,
prediction.
Well, yeah. Yeah. That's interesting.
That's going to raise the price, though.
Prediction.
My prediction
The
is they
Oracle.
won't.
The Oracle speaks.
Oh yes, the Oracle. I like it, dude. I like it. And then you can have your prediction.
I don't have one.
Yes, you need one. My prediction is they are going to use the rear saddlebags, and they're going to hide it in the rear saddlebags exactly like they did in the lowers, in the front lowers. I think it's going to look exactly the same. And yes, you're going
Negative.
to lose
Not going to do that.
some saddlebag.
Not going to do that. It's
Not
a poor prediction.
The Master Oracle
Poor.
now speaks.
Poor.
So do you think that they'll extend the saddlebags and make like a pocket in there?
Yeah.
or
Yes.
something?
they're-
a separate
okay, well,
compartment?
I was going to
Yes.
say, if they are how they are now, they're going to have to make them bags bigger.
I don't know that they will.
Yeah, they're not going to give up the space that you already have in the bags to hide something in
I
there
hope
and
not.
make them even smaller.
I hope
and
not.
not that they're super small, but I mean they're bigger than most bags are. But they're not going to.
So where are they putting it?
I don't put it up your.
You can't just say they're not putting it in the saddlebags and then not give a where they're putting it, because they're putting it somewhere.
He's one of those guys that complains at work all the time and
Right.
never offers a solution.
Right, yeah. I'm just going to complain.
listen to this guy. Listen to
You
this
cannot.
guy.
Now you have to give your prediction on where, because they're putting it somewhere, bro. It's coming out with it.
Well, I think like Rod said, I think they're going to have to come out with maybe some of the lower fairing stuff, and they're going to have to be stock on 2014 or I shouldn't say that, but 14 maybe later models. But I think they're going to come out with the lower fairing models.
So you think they're going to put lowers on it? Stop.
I think so. They're going to have to. I don't
which
think
is
they're
going to
gonna-
raise the price.
Well, yeah, but
Well-
you're getting a liquid cooled motor. I mean, that's
Well, I
probably
know.
going to. How much more is a liquid cooled than last year's air cooled?
I don't know.
I'm just curious on if
Right.
you go to Ultra Classic that's now got the liquid cooled, what's the difference between that and last year's
We
air
don't
cooled?
know.
I don't know.
We don't have that
But they
information
did
right now.
They also made a 110 cubic inch version of the twin cooled engine available in 2014 CVO Limited too this year.
But it will not be in the saddlebags.
Okay, where will it be?
There's not a lot of room. It's either got to be a
Yeah.
lower or a saddlebag. There's no room, I'm sure, in the fairing.
Or they can put it down underneath where my oil cooler is and then hide it like they hide my oil
right
cooler.
up your.
Your oil cooler is visible.
It's not going to be there. Not going to be there.
Your oil cooler is visible.
Not on the 2014. It kind of is, but they put a plastic thing over it to hide it.
No, plastic. That's good.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
whatever.
Covers it. Yep. that'd be
Covers it, but I don't know. You got to make a prediction.
Sometimes I put
Where
a
are they
plastic
putting it,
thing
Lee?
over it.
good. I already told you.
You got to put it on your helmet, and then you just plug your
Put on
tube
my
in.
helmet. Yeah, that's right. Yes, yeah, you get on, plug it right in, you're good to go.
That's
Well,
right,
I
dude.
don't think they're putting the saddlebags. I can say that. Like I said, I
Okay.
think that it's probably gonna be. It has to be some type of.
So your
lower
prediction
fairing.
is lowers.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the saddlebags. You're wrong.
All right. He's sticking to it. And we have these forever podcasts, and we will refer to it. I don't know. That's just my guess. I have no clue.
No,
I
I
do
don't-
know.
yeah.
Piss
that-
poor guess.
Yeah, we don't know anything.
I do know that it will be water cooled. So expect it, folks. You ain't going to have a choice.
Ain't a word and you ain't supposed to say it.
That's right.
Right.
Ain't in the dictionary.
What do we got next?
Well, anything else on? I'm just, like I say, I'm glad
On
they're
water
hiding
cooled?
it. So yeah.
There was something on
You
here.
gotta hide it,
And they're gonna
that's the thing
do
with
it.
Harleys, and they
Yep.
they've done a good job so far. But you've gotta hide it if you're gonna if you're Harley Davidson, you gotta hide it.
Here's a good one. Furthest distance to live away from a chapter you want to
Oh,
join.
that's a good. Yeah, that's nice.
Do you want to move to that, or do we have time for
No,
that?
let's do that. Where are we at? I don't
Where
know.
are we at?
We got about 7 minutes.
Yeah, we
Let's
get
do
to
it.
Yeah, we can do it real quick.
Okay, my thought on that is
Now, where did this come from? Do you know where? Let me set this up. Do you know where this came from?
yeah, my show notes that you provided me.
No, yeah. Besides that, I didn't just bring that.
I have
pull
no
that-
idea.
I didn't pull that subject out of my
Somebody ask you.
bung hole.
Well, I'd asked you. I'd even asked you before when we're a prospective chapter
Right.
up north, obviously, and I even had kind of contacted you about, hey, how far away could somebody live, and trying to figure out
Sure.
that, if a guy wanted to join, what's his deal? How far can he be?
Where'd the question come from?
Well, I have had some emails, not through lawabidingbiker.com, but through swornfewmc.com, which is our club.
Our
that we're all
club, what
members of.
up?
What up, Sworn Few brothers? Swornfewmc.com if you want to check that out. But I have had emails, and as you know, we've had multiple chapter requests throughout the United States.
And overseas.
We have,
overseas.
which is very humbling.
I wonder
very
if it was
humbling.
O'Keefe.
But
Italy.
Oh, was it Italy?
no,
That's
it was
right.
Italy was one of them.
Yeah,
Okay, I was thinking O'Keefe.
Yeah.
But it was Italy. That's right.
yeah, it was Italy. We were talking about it on the ride this summer.
Yep, Ryan is an almost international P.
Yeah, dude, an almost international.
And,
No,
and it'd be very easy to do. All they got to do is fly the top brass of the club
There you go.
over to visit. They just got to pay for
Yep.
come over and visit every probably 3-4 months.
send the.
Oh,
Kings.
it's got to be at
Yeah.
least biannual so we
Yeah.
can monitor
Yeah,
them.
yeah, that's right. Got to be just pay for that. Fly over, make sure everything's going good. We'll be
that-
fine.
That's where the
Work something out.
we'll work something out. I'm pretty sure we'll be fine. But yeah, we've had some other. I don't want to put all out there because it's just it is what it is, and I've responded to those guys, and it's so humbling that they asked, but we're nowhere near that. And we've had other
Barely keep our perspective chapter
exactly
on track here.
Yeah, that's hard.
Well, you
with you
semi in charge.
as almost Big River P.
Yeah, almost.
Almost Big River P. But the questions we've been asked. We've been asked for chapters. We've been asked through the United States too. And we only take on one chapter at a time, period. We have some waiting lists, but we obviously, everybody knows we're not about growth. We don't mind growing, but it's going to be quality. And we're only-
Growers, not showers.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
We're not going to take on 2 chapters, try to, bump in 5 chapters in a year or 4 chapters in a year. We're going to do.
I probably said that backwards. We're
Yep.
more showers, not growers.
I was wondering what the hell you're talking
Yeah,
about.
there you go.
If we'll probably do one chapter a year max.
Well, yeah, because through our
It
whole
takes that
perspective process, and
a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Big deal.
And I can't wait till you guys can, we can ask you some questions about because you are our first chapter that prospecting.
We're kind of a big deal.
But it takes a year,
There you go.
and we just can't supervise more than bringing on one chapter at a time, and that does. And so I've left a lot of emails, and a lot of guys are a little bit disappointed. But if you're willing to wait,
That's great.
that's great.
A poet.
Boom.
Poet didn't even know it.
Did you see the smile like an
Oh,
8-year-old?
he was- oh,
he just
yeah.
thought he came up with something so awesome. Look at me, everybody clap for me.
Oh, I did such a good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But the point of that is, I've had guys ask me that want to join, either, and you have Big River. I know you may have had some questions, and also the mother chapter here, the Big River perspective. Guys have asked, okay, how far? Here's where I live. To you, here's where I live. Can I become a hang around, which is our first step, and then, maybe a prospective member of your club? What say you, Rob?
Do any of these people live close enough to? I mean, what's the distance these guys are talking? My first question. Oh, I have.
One was over
That's what
100
that-
miles.
That's what the question is how far can you live?
Right.
Oh, well, I'm just curious what these
One
guys
was
were.
100 miles. That
If
was
you'd
the farthest.
if you would have listened to the question, you would have known.
I know what the question
Life
is.
doesn't start and stop
LD.
at your convenience.
My
Give him a buzz.
There you go. Thank you. My thought is with it depends on your commitment to the club. Are you going to make the meetings? Are you going to make events? Can you get there? I don't care if I would say max 180. That's 3 hours. But you're the one that's going to have to make the commitment to get there
Because
it's not
we
their job to
have
get to you.
minimum meeting attendance in our club.
Correct.
In the Sworn Few MC. And that's very well spelled out. There are different ways you can do that, depending on your elected officers. But
And 3 hours is
you got to be committed.
Yeah, 3 hours is a long time. That's a
ahead.
commitment because there's other, in the bylaws that obviously we have now as a prospective chapter. You got to make certain rides. You got to be riding with guys, meetings, and stuff like that. So I mean, here you are going to ride 3 hours away to go on a 3 hour ride. Then you got to
Right.
be back road. So I mean, you're looking
Okay,
at a long
Popeye?
day. What?
Are you willing to drop a hat pretty much any time and come to something if you're off work?
To come to what? Sorry,
Any of our stuff.
I've already done that.
I understand that. So you would be a guy that at 3 hours away
Right.
would maybe bring on. Now there's other guys that, they don't want to make that commitment.
I'm up here today, brother.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Rode up this morning, 40-degree weather.
I know. I was like, damn, he's got to be freezing.
Yeah,
But there's guys that don't want to make that commitment, which is fine, whatever.
right.
But
There's guys that are 2 miles away that want to make the
Yeah,
commitment.
that's
that's
It's all
what,
about ride.
It's
just
all about
yeah.
it's about the commitment
Do you
and your
wanna
willingness
ride?
to get there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. If a guy likes to ride, I mean, the guy likes to ride. I mean, that's the thing is, most of the guys in the club put on 10,000 miles plus a year.
Right.
So
We talked about when you guys came to us, do we want to start a new chapter or do we want to bring them into ours? And that was a discussion we had initially. And you guys were within riding distance. What are you,
Right.
an hour and 45 minutes out?
Yeah,
How
it's
many,
about
how
2
many
hours.
miles is it? We ride there all the time, but I don't pay attention.
To your house here, it's about 145 to the P's house. But if you're going to Yakima, you're looking at another 10, 15 minutes. It's basically, it is 2 hours almost exactly
Yep.
from my doorstep to Rob's doorstep. Maybe 210.
And that's on good roads, not in the winter when there's snow on the
Yeah, I
pass.
don't ride my bike in the snow on
you
the
know what
pass.
I mean? So in the winter,
Try not to do that.
but
Yeah, I don't have chains for my bike, so
you need spikes on it, dude.
yeah.
But you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So if
Oh,
you were
yeah,
going to be part
yeah.
of that chapter,
Right, and you
now you're
gotta
going to
make-
have to drive a cage.
Right. Yeah, you got meetings in the winter that
Yep.
you got to make and whatnot. But yeah, so I mean, and that's a big commitment because now you're looking at not only, for me to ride my bike over here, it's, $20-30 in fuel because you're getting 40 miles a gallon or whatever, but you're going to drive your pickup over or something because that's what we all drive in Eastern Washington's pickups. Now-
America.
Yeah, America. And now you're looking at $100 in fuel.
If we had a guy from Seattle,
Yep.
I'd say that's a pretty good jump.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Seattle, definitely.
See, I would say no, I would not vote for
But
that.
if you had a guy in Tri-Cities,
Which is funny because
that's
you're,
an hour and 10 minutes.
you're only looking at 2 to 2.5.
Right? Oh, yeah.
2.5 to Seattle.
I know it.
Yeah.
If they're,
So what you
if they're,
just,
if
so what
they're,
you first said is false.
no, if they're willing to get here,
you want to buzz him?
Yeah.
No.
Erroneous. You have no frame of reference. You're like a child that wanders into the forest and just gets lost.
okay, I said 3 hours. Is there barriers from that guy getting here?
No.
Yes.
In the winter.
How often is that pass closed for rock blasting in the summer?
True.
Well,
avalanche
rock
control in the winter.
Oh, hold on. You're just
But
because
it's closed
of this
almost every night.
year. Just
At
because
eight-
of this year.
But we have other.
How many years have you gone over I-90 Snoqualmie Pass and they were not doing construction?
Well, rock blastings.
Every single year since I was 4 that I can remember, probably even prior to that.
Erroneous.
But we do have other things in place in our bylaws where people can make meetings. They don't have to be physically present as long as it's okay.
But
depending
Seattle
on
is way too
circumstances.
far.
I agree.
I mean, Seattle's a ride. I mean,
It
ride
is.
to Seattle, that is a ride.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at 3 hours.
They're gonna.
But that's like what we're talking about. Is that you're going to ride 3 hours to a place, and then you're going to go ride with guys for 3, 4, or 5 hours.
Why not just start a new chapter over there?
Right. Exactly.
That's what I.
Boom.
I'll say a 2-hour ride frame.
Okay.
I'll adjust my prior statement.
Yeah.
But that would almost still include Seattle, though. If you had a
2
guy
hours?
North Bend,
Yeah, if you're doing 120, sure.
North Bend, 2 hours.
Yeah, if you got if you're riding with lights and sirens on your bike, you
No,
can make it.
I could make it to a Seahawks game in 2 hours 15 minutes from here, and that's going 5 over.
That's not.
It's not that far.
It's not legal. You're speeding.
Shut up.
Here's my take on it that I think will put a little perspective on the issue.
No.
Yeah.
Wrong.
As
Put anything on the issue.
as the P,
cast
I
that
would
cloud.
say
Almost international.
yeah, almost international P. I have thought about this in length, and because I have had emails about it, and I have to answer these emails politely and appropriately. My personal opinion is any more than 50 miles away, it doesn't mean that the guy can't make it. It's just not fair. And, how big does the mother chapter get? So I say, if you're any more than 50 miles away, why don't you grab a crew? Like you say, Tri-Cities is an hour away.
Right.
Even Tri-Cities, Ellensburg, I'm cool with that. That's
an
30
easy
minutes
one.
away.
Right.
We can bring on people. But if you're an hour away or 50 miles away, which is about an hour, 60 miles away, right, 50 to 60, I say you're more than welcome to try to make prospective chapter status. And as you know, it's an ordeal.
Right.
And but grab a crew of
Big
4,
deal.
grab a crew of at least 4 to 6, and see if you can start your own chapter there, and we will support you.
Right.
But it's much easier for you guys to be a crew down there. That you don't have to write up to our meetings all the time.
Right, and you're looking at
Yep.
something that's 2 hours away. I mean, you got to have
Quality over quantity.
Yeah,
You got a guy in a
exactly.
small town like Othello who's over an hour away, but he has no quality guys because he's a small department in the middle of
Right.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Then what?
Then I just say you have to grab a crew.
You're out of luck? Or what?
Yeah, you're out of luck. I mean, there's other small towns around there. It's not like I don't know what guy. I mean, unless you're and I know up in Larry's talked to us up in Homer, Alaska. That's a very desolate place, so I understand that. But sorry, where you're talking about, dude, you can get together with other small towns. Right. I mean, look at you up in
we're not
Big River
we're not
Crew.
big,
You're not
we're
all from the
bigger.
same agency. You just grab 4 guys that you trust, and so I just can't have a guy that.
Little questionable in the selection process.
Yeah.
no
Well, we
doubt.
got one guy who's older than poo, and he's probably going to be dead in the next year or two, but we'll be okay.
You'll have to.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez Louise.
We love you, Sarge.
Hey, at least he describes to you guys what things were like before the hills were made, so you guys know
boy.
what's going on. Things
Well,
like that.
he's got a lot of experience too. He's been riding bikes since I think they put the first motor on a bicycle.
It's called a moped.
Yeah.
How did?
Well, yeah, I don't even know if it was called a moped.
Has he ever
back
talked to you about how the wood wheels were on the roads?
then. Well, no, I'll have to ask him. Or when they first put the first shocks on, on a rig. I mean,
I'm sorry,
wow.
Jeff. These guys go off on a tangent. Jeff is from our Big River Crew.
Well, yeah, and it's not his fault. And I haven't talked to him about the wheel. He invented it. I didn't feel that it was appropriate
To question the inventor?
to question the inventor of the wheel. He made it.
That's probably safe.
You made a good move there, inventing the wheel.
Great contributor.
Yeah, he did. I mean, there's a guy who added a lot to society over the last couple of centuries.
Poor Jeff. I hope he kills.
Did you
both
even
of
know
in your
what the
sleep.
bus wreck was?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So we're at an hour, guys. Enough trashing on
sorry.
Jeff, and I'm sticking up for you, Jeff. So
We love you, Sarge.
We're at an hour. Let's wrap this up, guys, on the subject we were on. So that's my take. Is real quick. Is just and I may change my mind. We've never had to vote on that because I pretty much once I talk to the guys, they either try to start their own crew and they're waiting to jump into prospective chapter status or hangarounds. Or currently, but my thing is 50 to 60 miles, less than an hour.
absolutely.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
grab your own crew.
Yeah.
and start a hang around
Just
crew.
tough. You're gonna, even from with me, you're 2 hours away. How much are you gonna come up on a daily basis to be
Yep.
a crew to really get to know somebody well? We'll talk about this later of how we got selected as the first chapter, but how much you really gonna get to know somebody that far away if they're.
Yep.
That's with our jobs. It's just tough to come up and get together with everyone. So yeah,
Absolutely.
it's got to be probably 50 to 60 miles, like you're saying.
I like it. What do you say? Anything, Rob?
I still say you could extend it out to maybe 90.
Yeah. Well, there you
I-
go.
you know the difference.
It depends. It depends on what your layout is.
The problem
what
is-
your area is. If you're looking at an area like this, 90 is a long ways away.
Right,
If
but
you're
also,
if you're in an area that's big, I mean,
Okay, if you're in Seattle, you've got a
Right,
lot of cops
yeah,
to pick
yeah.
from, and you got a lot of
you're-
populated
right,
area.
exactly.
Here, we're so spread out in eastern Washington. Between
Right.
here and Spokane,
Right.
how many towns do you pass?
Right.
You hit Ellensburg, and then it's an hour and a half almost to Moses Lake, and then it's basically Spokane. I mean, we're spread out in
Bottom
eastern
line
Washington.
is make sure you know your guys.
Yep.
You don't
Right.
want conflict in there. You want everybody to get along. You want a good group of guys.
It's got to be the guy that wants to join's commitment to be to participate.
The
Yep.
guy. You
And
like the guy.
yeah, so that's our opinions, guys. You'll have to run your clubs the way you run them, but through experience, that would be my vote. And I've related that to some guys on emails. And you know what? The funny thing is, after I relate that, they come up with their 4 to 6 guys,
Right.
And they're waiting in line to become a prospective. So
And
it's
for some of the guys, if you have to carry a defibrillator with you, that's fine.
that's okay. All right, guys, this has been a great episode. I appreciate you guys being in the studio.
Thank you for listening to the Law Abiding Biker podcast. Please listen to our next episode.
Yeah, guys, thanks a bunch for tuning in. We really appreciate the support. Don't forget to check lawabidingbiker.com for all your podcasts, videos, and blogs. And keep tuning in. Share us on Twitter. Share us on Facebook. Tell all your friends about us. Word of mouth is great. Keep the donations coming. We really appreciate those. Homepage, there's a PayPal button. There's also some videos if you want to support us that you can purchase and also get a video back. Also, last, rate us in iTunes. Go to the homepage. There is an iTunes icon there. It takes you straight through. You can give us a 1 to 5 star rating, 5 being the best. And you can also leave comments if you'd like. That would really help us out a lot. Again, thanks for your support. Keep the rubber side down.
And the shiny side up.
We're out.
Hey, listeners, we appreciate it. Correspond with us. Email us. Call
Absolutely.
us. Voicemail. Whatever.
Voicemail, especially if you have an accent
And be patient.
from Ireland.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or New Jersey.
Yeah.
And we are, I'm extremely busy taking all these emails, but I'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're out.
Like a trout.
Like a trout.